Hello. In this assessment, I would like to quickly demonstrate how to create a wheel of life for your own practice. A wheel of life, as you know, is a very powerful tool. Life coaches can use it to assess various dimensions of life. Business coaches can use it to assess dimensions of business, leadership, sales, marketing, customer service, etc. Career coaches also might want to examine different aspects of an executive's career. You can also use it as a wheel of health, a wheel of spirituality, or basically any other topic that uh, that aligns with your coaching specialty. It's a very versatile tool. So here is how it works. We have a sample wheel of life. This is how your wheel of life would look like, the landing page. This is optional, of course. If you have a website, you can design your own landing page and you don't need to use this landing page that comes out of the box. This landing page offers, if you decide to use this landing page, it would give you an option to add a optional promotion, which could be, download a free checklist, a free PDF, or anything that incentivizes the respondents to go ahead with the assessment. It allows you to show an optional chart of average results so far. It allows you to set up a brief description which is aligned with your practice. So something which is unique to your practice, maybe a message for the users, or you could just leave the default text as it is. And then, of course, it shows you, allows you to show your profile at the bottom as well, which is also optional. The assessment comes with a view your results button as well. This is also optional, but you would want this button to be available. And there are other ways to do that if you're not using the landing page. But essentially what Evaluator allows you to do is to have your respondents access their results on an ongoing basis. So not just at the time of the assessment, you've send them the PDF, they've seen the results, but maybe as you're working with them, as you're coaching them, you might want to see the results 60 days into the coaching to see if the actions that they've been working on with you have worked or not. In that case, viewing the results, coming back into the results, being able to see a before and after analysis that Evaluator allows you to do is very valuable. So you can see, here is where we started. It's been 60 days. Here are some actions we've taken. And here are the results. You've improved in this dimension. Or the results are not as expected. Let's modify the approach and do something different. So those are various things that you could do within Evaluator. There is a goal setting and a status updates, feature available in Evaluator. So that's what coaches would use to work one-on-one with their clients. When users click on Generate Your Wheel of Life, this is the core assessment. So if you're not using the landing page that you saw on the previous screen, you can just direct your customers right here. So you would use this URL, you would create a landing page on your website, and you might have a button which says, take the assessment now. When they click on that button, they would come to this page straight away, versus having to see the landing page that you saw on the previous page. So these are all options. And then, of course, you can go through the assessment and they would see the results. What Evaluator does is it not only shows the user the overall chart of the user's results, but optionally, if you choose to, you can display each question with what their score is and also offer a personalized feedback text on the results page. So if they scored, say, between 1 and 5, you show them a feedback text that tells them what that rating means and what are some potential actions they could do to improve that dimension. Similarly, if they scored between 6, 7, and 8, for example, you could show them a different personalized feedback text, which tells them what that rating means for them for that particular dimension. And similarly, for 9 and 10, you could tell them, you can give them some personalized text, telling them what a rating of 9 or 10 means, maybe giving them additional tips, etc. So that's something that Evaluator allows you to do right out of the box. Now, let me show you how to customize the Wheel of Life. So when you log in, you will come to this screen, which is your dashboard. And what you would do is you would click on Create Assessment. This brings up a lot of various templates. So you would use this Wheel of Life traditional template. If you're focusing on business, you could start with this assessment template, which is focused on business. It's the same wheel, but slightly tailored towards business. And you could also, if you're into health, you could start with the Wheel of Health or a Wheel of Spirituality. So they all work the same way. It's just that they are customized a little bit differently. The questions are different and the feedback texts are a little bit different. So let's start with the Wheel of Life right here. You would click on Use a Template. This is a very simple template. It has 8 categories with 8 questions. And, of course, you can customize it as you see fit. So let's see how to do that. So use a template, and then you would say, I already have a Wheel of Life. So I'll say my Wheel of Life. So we'll click continue. It will take a couple of minutes to set up the assessment for you. And then you'll come to the screen, which is your new Wheel of Life now. It's not published yet. You still have to make changes to it. But this is your new Wheel of Life. If you click on the dashboard button right here, you'll see that the Wheel of Life appears here. And then you can always access it. So you'll click on this edit button right here, come in, and then you would come to this page. So the first thing that you see is your landing page. This is, of course, optional for you to use. So if you're using it, you can go ahead and edit the image. You can edit the description. You can edit the titles of the charts and the various things such as the text of the buttons and so on. You could also decide to edit various settings such as show the do you want to show the profile, your own profile on this landing page or not, right here, and then do you want to show them the chart or not, etc. So these are some various settings. If you decide to use the landing page, you can quickly edit them, and of course set it up the way you want to. If you decide to use it, you definitely want to edit the text. So for example, you might want to remove this. And then of course you might want to give a little spacing because the template doesn't have it properly set up. Yeah, so that's done. And then of course you'll click save when you're done with that. The next thing that you would do is on questions. So this is very simple. The Wheel of Life comes with, the template comes with 8 questions. You can obviously add a new question right here. But each question is a type of a slider where you see 1 to 10. So all you have to do is edit this, edit the description if you'd like, hit this green check mark here and save your results. And then you could do that for every question. You can obviously edit the images that you see here by clicking on this button, so you can upload your own images. And this is where you set up your feedback text. So Evaluate allows you, like I told you, to set it up for different different ratings. To start with, to save time, you could just click set up a assessment rating from 0 to 10 and show everyone the same text. Say congratulations, or a rating of career. You can give them some inputs on what that question, in this case the career question, what that measures, what your ratings might mean. So if you scored high, it means something else. If you scored low, it means something else, and so on. You can give them some kind of a generic description as you start. And then over time, over the next week or two, or whenever you find some time, you can come back and you can always edit your assessment and make these specific to the ratings that you might give. Some coaches have gone and given a rating for every level from 1 to 10 different ratings. But if you think that's overkill, you can just go back 0 to 5, and then you can set up a rating from 5 to 8, and then you can obviously set up a rating from 8 to 10, and you can give them different text right here. So this is how it works. The next thing I wanted to show you quickly is the result. So the results page is very simple. It shows the users, the date they took it, the results are in, it shows them the chart, and then it shows them a customized description. You might want to edit this description right here on the left, because this particular link goes to Evaluator. You might want to link it to your own website or to your own checklist or to a helpful article that you've written. and stuff like that. And then, of course, this is where it shows all the questions and the results and the feedback text that you might want to display to the users. And this is your profile at the bottom. There are some settings here. So most coaches who are into business want to show the results, the score on top, while coaches who are into life assessment or spirituality may want to hide the overall score and just show them the chart right here. But if you decide to say yes, if you want to show this result on top, it would essentially show this result on top, and you can show them, what they are getting the result out of. For a Wheel of Life, generally I've seen coaches don't like to show a score to the users. And then, of course, you can either show the question by question analysis, or you can hide the section. So if you hide it on the results page, your users are not going to see anything over here. And then, of course, there are some other things. So goals management to respondents. So when people take your assessment, Evaluator has this inbuilt feature where you can work with your respondents using goals, short-term goals. So over the next 30 days, this is what we're going to do. Set up the goal right inside the assessment, so you don't have to manage a separate spreadsheet or a different system to manage the goals. So you can use that. Of course, that will only be possible when you show your results. So this is how it looks like. If you say, I want to work with goal management, then this is where your goals come in. So right within the assessment, your users will set a goal, set a timeline, or you can set it for them and then add the goal, so that now every time you meet with the client, you can review the status of these goals, update the status, and then then go from there. So that's on the results. Now, another important setting that that you might want to set up is around email capture. So it allows you to customize, of course, your email capture page. There are two schools of thought here. You might want to get an email before you show them the questions, or after you show them the questions. It's all a personal preference and the nature of your practice. Some folks want to get the email right up front. They believe that if the user is qualified, if they really want to take the assessment, they will not hesitate in providing the email address to them, because a lot of work has gone upfront already in building trust with the user. However, if the prospects are new, they don't know you that well, then you might want to show them some value by showing them some questions, and then ask for the email address at the end before you show them the results. Now, this is another important setting. If you're using the assessment for lead generation, or so then you would keep the email address mandatory in this case, for example. And then you might want to confirm the email address before you take it in and show the users the result. Again, there are two schools of thought here. If you build trust with the user respondent, they know you, then you can send them a code to verify that they say who they are. They are who they say they are, and then you show them the results. Or there's another school of thought which says, reduce the friction for the users. Just collect the email address. If it's a fake email address, if it bounces, we'll take care of it later at our end. So there are, just a personal preference. Some people want to avoid fake email addresses, so they verify the email address. And some coaches or some authors just want to reduce the friction for the users, make it easy, because they don't anticipate too many fake email addresses, and they will keep this optional. So that's one. The other final settings I wanted to show you was around here. When you click on the gears icon, this is where you can update the colors of the assessment. So right now you see that your banner color, your header background color, your buttons look a certain way, so you can modify them. You can modify the colors that show on the wheel by modifying them here. And then, of course, once you modify the colors, you save changes, and then so that's how you customize your assessment, the way it looks. Finally, you can obviously capture the email address right from here. So you go to the integrations tab. When users provide their email addresses, you can send the email to a system of your choice, either through Zapier or through any other system. So that's essentially what I wanted to show you. The final thing is, If you want to send the users to your landing page, you can use this URL. If you want to show them, if you want to take them straight to the questions, you can use this URL. So you can create your own landing page, you can provide a button and then link that button to this URL. So they will go straight to the questions. You can also white label this on your on your own website. So you don't want them to see evalinator.com in the browser bar. You want to see your own website. So then you could use this snippet, just add it to your website. You'll have to create a new page for it, create a new, put this on your website, and now your clients would see your website.com and the assessment versus evalinator.com/assessment. So these are some things available out of the box. So let's publish the assessment. So all you would do is modify these things, click publish, and you can always come back and make changes. So you don't need to worry about being perfect the first time. If you want to modify this text, you can just hit save and hit publish again, and your changes would be reflected. So we click publish, and then there's another feature in Evalinator. You can take the assessment on behalf of your respondents. So if you're in a meeting with your prospects or your clients, you're interviewing them, you can then take this assessment on behalf of them. So you could then, when you take the assessment, and when you put in the email address, you put in the email address of your client or your prospect, and then send the results over to them. And of course, they can always come back, put in their email address, and see the results on their own. So this is a very useful feature to engage clients on your discovery calls, or when you meet them the first time and you're trying to discuss the problem with them. So that's essentially it. And then that's how you can go live with your Wheel of Life. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to get in touch with us through the help icon, which is right here at the bottom of the right-hand side bottom of the screen. Click here, send us a message, and we'll help you. We'll help you to get it live. And that's it. Thank you so much.